So I recently had just the numbers 1414 pop up. I think I looked at my phone at one point to check the time, and it was 1414. And then again, I think it was on a timer somewhere, I saw 1414, and it just reminded me of Exodus 14:14, which states, the Lord will fight for you. You have only to be silent. And I thought, okay, I'm going to study this a bit more and just get a bit more context surrounding this and what does it actually mean. And we'll pick up from Exodus 14 verse 13. Now the context is that the people of the people of Israel have just been released from Egypt, and they've obviously left the country, and suddenly the Egyptians pursued them, and the Israelis basically got caught between the sea and the people of Egypt. And now they were panicking. They were literally within eyesight of the Egyptians, or the Egyptians were within eyesight of them. And they were thinking, okay, gosh, well, we came out here to be slaughtered. And they were quite cross with Moses, saying, why did you bring us out here? Was it that there's not enough graves in Egypt that you brought us out here to be slaughtered in the desert, kind of thing? And, verse 13 says, Moses says to the people, "Fear not, stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall never see again. The Lord will fight for you, and you only have to be silent." The Lord said to Moses, "Why do you cry to me? Tell the people of Israel to go forward. Lift up your staff, stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it, that the people of Israel may go through the sea on dry ground. And I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, so that they shall go in after them, and I will get glory over Pharaoh and all his hosts, his chariots and his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Lord, when I have gotten glory over Pharaoh, his chariots and his horsemen." And I just thought, wow, obviously, and then it goes on, and God delivers them from the situation because the people then put their trust in the Lord. Moses did what he was told, the people did what they were told, and it's all there written down for us to read. And the thing is, this be silent thing. I thought, okay, well, what does he mean by be silent? And when we look at the word, the original Hebrew word is charashun, but the core word for this, the root word, is charash, and that literally means to be silent, to be still, to keep quiet. In this context, and it actually literally means that ceasing from any kind of fear-driven activity and remaining calm, before the Lord, like actually putting our trust in God and not act or behave with panic, fear, dismay, negativity. I mean, let's face it, how often does being anxious, how often does kicking, screaming or fighting, or when does it actually ever help us? It doesn't. It just makes the situation worse. And this literally is an act of trust. Can I be still? Can I be quiet and really trust the Lord to bring deliverance, even when I can literally see the enemy there? I can see the end of my life literally staring me in the face, as the people of Israel would have seen, because it says how close the Egyptians were to them. And what's amazing about this is that whatever our situation is, whatever Pharaoh, Egypt, or whatever that represents in your life, whatever is holding you captive, whether it's some kind of situation, whether it's an addiction, whether it's some kind of battle or struggle, whatever it is God is going to show you that he's greater than it if you allow him to. God will fight for you, so that by the end you'll know that he is sovereign. As it's said here, that by the end of this, the Egyptians will know that he is the Lord when he has gotten glory over them. And the reason why this is necessary is because up until this point in time, the people of Israel probably didn't quite know to the extent of God's sovereignty. They didn't quite know that, okay, well, he's done the plagues and all that kind of stuff, but they were still at 430 years of bondage that they need to get over. Just like a lot of us still carry pain from the past that we still need to get over. And yes, we can stand there and we can be cross because we're thinking, okay, God, well, how long is this going to take? Like, why is this not over yet? But obviously, this is where the choice of trust then comes in. You know, the people of Israel got to the sea, and I thought, okay, well, why are we not delivered yet? Why do we have to be in this situation? And then even then, it was like overnight that the sea was then parted for them to go, but God kept them safe that whole time. It says that he put the cloud and the fire between the Israelis and the Egyptians, so the Egyptians couldn't cross over to them. So God literally kept them in that situation, but this is what was required to prepare them for what's to come. But also what was required to show them, look, you know, you looked at this thing, you looked at this captivity, you looked at this bondage, you looked at this addiction, you looked at this legal battle, you looked at this situation with a view that you do not know how this is going to be defeated, that is way beyond you, that you seem to think that it's just going to go on forever, that it's impossible for this thing to be conquered. But I am showing you today that I will set you free from this, and you will never ever see that again. But we have to put our trust in God. We have to turn to him. We have to be silent, meaning we have to just let him do his thing and not get in the way with our anxiety, with our fear, with any kind of destructive behavior. You know, God will never leave us where he finds us, or with the damage that we sustained. Whether it's imprisonment of our minds, our bodies, our souls, God's not going to leave us there. God's intention is for us to have good things, but he will use difficult circumstances in order for us to grow so that we can continue and be set free from this. You know, the only way to beat some kind of addiction is to conquer it. And if it was just given to us, we won't truly learn how to beat it. You know, if we've got a difficult situation or a difficult, I don't know, kind of battle, whatever, it's only by conquering it ourselves in our own mind with the help of God that we truly rise above it. If we just get placed above it, we've done no learning at all. He will bring us through this. So take encouragement from that. You know, and I understand it, I get it. You know, I've been in those situations where I thought, well, it's easy to say, oh, well, just be quiet and trust the Lord. It is easy to say, and it is hard to do. But this is the point where whatever it is, you know, I've been so dismayed at times that I was literally like kicking and screaming. And then I thought, no, this is not what God would want. I'm going to step out of this frame of mind. I'm going to rebuke the fear. I'm going to rebuke the lies or whatever's going on. I'm going to rebuke these things, and I'm going to declare the blood of Jesus over the situation. I'm going to declare that peace will enter my heart, a peace that transcends all understanding. I'm going to declare that truth will be revealed. I'm going to declare the victory that I already stand in. And then I would turn to the devil and say, no, devil, you're not going to bring me down. You're not going to fill me with fear. You're not going to make me turn away and doubt the Lord, because it is written. And then just throw the book at him. Because Jesus has already overcome all of these things. And every time I've done that, it's made me feel better in the situation, and it's filled me with courage to be able to carry on. We just need to allow him to do his thing.